So welcome to another episode of trying to find as many invertebrates in the UK as I can. Today is more of an educational video, but I'm sure there'll be lots of bugs for you to learn about. So what is in a name? Scientifically speaking, every living organism will have two things to a name, and that will be its genus and its species. Put together, those are what's called a scientific name. Now, these are part of an entire sort of hierarchy of taxonomic classification, which is how we group organisms together and we can see how related they are. Now, I've already said a bunch of sciencey words, so before you click off the video for thinking it might be a bit boring, I promise it will be interesting and fun. Today we are going to look at some different insect and invertebrate orders and how their scientific names can help us sort of identify them in the field. So we are going to start off with order Isopoda, with iso meaning even and poda meaning foot. So we have our even-footed creatures. So these are our woodlice, of which we have 37 different species of in the United Kingdom. And even foot comes from their legs, where their legs all have even segments on, even though they have 14 of them. Then we have our Lepidoptera. Lepido meaning scales, and ptera meaning wings. So we have our scale-winged insects. For our butterflies and moths, their wings are covered in lots and lots of different scales. Each scale might have its own different colour, which is where the different colours in butterflies and moths come from. In the UK we have around 2,500 moths and 59 butterflies, 57 resident and 2 migratory species. So that ptera there means wing, and that is one that pops up quite a lot for some of our invertebrate orders, so that's definitely one to remember. We have our beetles, our Coleoptera, coming from coleo meaning sheath and ptera meaning wing, so our sheath-winged insects. This is because they have their shell, which the outer section is still classed as their wings. They have one pair of wings underneath and the top pair of wings as their shell casing on their exoskeleton. We have our mayflies, our Ephemeroptera. So ephemera means short-lived and ptera means wing, because mayflies are only on the wing for about 3 days. Our lacewings are called Neuroptera, neuro meaning veined and ptera again meaning wings. So we have our vein-winged insects. We have our hemipterans, so hemi meaning half, ptera meaning wing, so we have our half-winged insects. Now these guys are called hemiptera because their backs sort of mostly look like an X shape, where their wings seem to start halfway along. There is gastropoda, gastro meaning stomach, and poda meaning foot, so we have our stomach-footed invertebrates. Our stomach-footed invertebrates are our slugs and our snails, where they have one singular foot at the bottom, which is basically attached to their stomach. We have our dipterans, di meaning two, ptera meaning wing, so we have our two-winged insects. Now most insects will have 4 wings, except our diptera, which is our true flies. Now there's lots of different species, but my favourites are the hoverflies, with around 270 to 280 British species. The fly's second set of wings have become and adapted into what we call halteres, which are basically stabilisers, just like on a bike. We have our Dermoptera, our earwigs. In the UK we have a few different species of earwigs, and I promise you they will not go in your ears. So the derma means skin, just like dermatologist, and the ptera again means wing. So we have our skin wings. That's purely just because they look like they have really thin wings. Now these guys are mainly nocturnal, so that is the best way to find some earwigs, is to go out at night. You have our Orthoptera, ortho meaning straight and ptera again meaning wing. So we have our straight-winged insects, our crickets and our grasshoppers. We have our Trichoptera, so tricho meaning hair and ptera again meaning wing. So those are our hairy winged insects. And last but not least, we have our Hymenopterans, coming from membrane and wing, as they are our membrane-winged insects, with around 280 species of bee in the UK, up to 9,000 wasp species if you include all the parasitic ones, around 51 ant species, and also some sawflies too. So that wraps up our second video about all things in the bug world. Hopefully you've learnt something, and if you have, like and subscribe and share with your friends.